The Yankees have been on fire lately. Over the last 2 weeks, they've made a few trades. They've signed Corey Kluber. They were able to re-sign DJ LeMahieu. Yankees fans are going crazy right now, and their confidence is soaring, especially on Twitter. If I make a single remark not supporting the Yankees, I get absolutely flamed for the next 24 hours. So the one thing I will ask is that if you're a Yankees fan, just kind of pump the brakes because the season hasn't started yet, and the Dodgers, the Padres, the White Sox, the Braves, they're all looking pretty good, so you are not the clear-cut favorite to win the World Series, so that's all I'm asking. I know that you're going to be flamboyant and just in your face. Come on, Yankees fans. Let's try and become better people in 2021. All right, so we'll talk about the Yankees and the Red Sox trade in just a second because, wow, it is a big one. So many moving pieces and important details to talk about. But before we do that, I want to say thank you for all of the support over the last week. You guys have been absolutely insane. We are on the road to 300,000 subscribers, so if this is your first time on the channel, do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like just to show me that you want to see more of these videos. The first thing I want to talk about is the Cactus League. If you don't know what that is where half of the teams in Major League Baseball play during spring training. It is located in Maricopa County in Arizona. This place holds a very special place in my heart because I met Trevor Bauer there. Trevor Bauer has given me so many cool opportunities, and then also I met Joey Gallo there, kind of the superstar of MLB The Show, so I love going down there. The only problem is, because it's located in Arizona, Arizona has been a hot spot for COVID over the last year or so, and same with California. And for whatever reason, not to get political, the people who run California and Arizona aren't really handling the situation, the global pandemic, all that well, because when I go on Twitter and I see that the Cactus League is asking Robert Manfred to delay spring training, the people and the citizens of Arizona are going bananas because they feel like they are being robbed of normal life activities because these people are not running the show properly. So they send out a memo to Robert Manfred saying the infection rate is spiking and that it is not safe to put their product, when I say product, I mean the players of Major League Baseball, at risk and put them on the diamond and have a lot of people come to watch the game. Spring training is cool, but it's not necessary to have fans there. So let's say that they head to Maricopa County and no fans are in attendance. I'm not really too saddened by that. I won't be able to get my interviews. I'll be okay. Everything is going to be fine. We're still going to have content on the channel. They'll be able to show it online, I hope. Spring training is kind of a wash. If it doesn't happen in terms of being able to see it live in person, I don't really care. The main point is, let's get this thing figured out. So if we can get fans back in actual Major League games by June and July, I'm perfectly okay with that. But for right now, spring training is kind of in jeopardy. But the final note on this situation is that the Cactus League and the people that run it, they have no control over Robert Manfred and if he decides to delay it or not. So it's really up to Robbie. So let's cross our fingers and hope that Robbie just gains some perspective. He starts spring training on time, even if there's not fans in attendance. Moving on over to a huge acquisition. Brad Hand is no longer a member of the Cleveland Indians. Thank you, baby Jesus. Every time that he took the mound, I swear I lost a year off my life. He is so good and so bad all at the same time, and he gets a one-year deal worth $10.5 million with the Nationals. The Nationals have been very busy as well. They just re-signed Ryan Zimmerman. They got Josh Bell, and now they get Brad Hand for their back-end bullpen. If we go back to 2019, they don't need a solid bullpen to win the World Series. In fact, Daniel Hudson was not that good, and then all of a sudden he becomes Mariano Rivera. So if you can get a really solid run from a random reliever, that's all you really need. So to me, Brad Hand was not really needed. And again, if you're a Nationals fan, prepare for the longest season of your life, because when Brad Hand enters the game, especially considering his fastball velocity has decreased over the last 2 seasons, he ruined Game 2 of the 2020 wildcard game versus the Yankees for me, and I lost an opportunity for the Indians to face J.A. Happ in Game 3 and for me to see Francisco Lindor get more at-bats. Maybe he hit another playoff home run. He robbed me the opportunity to see my favorite player play for my favorite team one more chance, and I just don't think that he is worth $11-ish million, whatever he is getting, because his fastball velocity is very, very concerning. His slider is still a wipeout pitch, but I'm glad that he's not on my team. And if you're a Nationals fan, try and figure out, maybe get some therapy or something lined up, some sessions, because I promise you, Brad Hand, just like he did to me, he's going to take a year off your life every time he pitches. But I will say the Nationals, again, have been very busy, and that division, the NL East, is going to be very spicy. Like I said, towards the beginning of the video, there is not a clear-cut favorite to win the World Series. I don't even know if there's a favorite to win that division. And finally, the reason why you're all here, the Yankees and the Red Sox have made a trade in the winter for the first time since 1937. The Red Sox are getting Adam Ottavino, and in return, they're pretty much taking up the entire salary of Adam Ottavino, which is about $9 million. The only thing that they won't have to pay is $850,000 in cash. So let me just recap real quick. The Red Sox are getting Adam Ottavino and $850,000 in cash, as well as a prospect. We'll talk about him in just a few seconds. But the Yankees, all that they're trying to do is shed payroll. Yes, they had to give away a prospect, and he's not a top 20 prospect, so it's not like it's anything off their back. But all that they're trying to do is stay underneath that luxury tax and be able to re-sign Brett Gardner. Maybe they go grab another reliever, because if we take a look at Adam Ottavino in 2020, he was not good. In 18.1 innings pitched, keyword on 18 innings, that's all that he threw. He had a 5.89 ERA, but a very respectable mid-3 FIP. So I fully believe that even though he was roughed up in those 18 innings, I think he would have had a decent run if it was a full 162 game schedule. And I say that because from 2013 to 2018, Adam Ottavino had a combined 2.9 ERA and 459 strikeouts in just 378 innings. So the Yankees have been very smart this offseason. They have shed payroll, and they're signing guys that really have high upside, but they're not paying $20 to $25 million in order to acquire their services. So again, 2021 has been a very strange year. Hank Aaron passed away, Larry King passed away. We still have the global pandemic going on, and then the whole thing storming the Capitol. And now the Red Sox are making trades with the Yankees. The Red Sox did the Yankees a solid. They took on a reliever that was getting paid a lot of money, and they pretty much said, we're hoping for the best. We're going to cross our fingers so you don't have to deal with it. Or at least the Yankees said, thanks, homie. We appreciate you. You just took our 34-year-old reliever who had a down season, and Father Time is undefeated, so maybe his velocity is going to decrease just like Brad Hand. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about maybe the silver lining for the Red Sox, because Adam Ottavino, while he has shown promise and he has a really high ceiling, I don't know about $9 million and 34 years old. But on top of that, the Red Sox are also getting Frank Herman, who has no relation to Domingo Herman. He is the number 24 prospect with a 60 grade fastball. So he's going to throw anywhere from 95 to 99 miles an hour, and he has a really good changeup. The Boston Red Sox, they showed that their bullpen was horrific. They even traded Brandon Workman, and I think who was the other guy? I can't remember his name. Heath Hembry, maybe he was on the Red Sox. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me in the comment section down below. But they are banking on Ottavino and Frank Herman to really bolster that bullpen, and I can't really blame them. However, it's kind of expensive, but the $850 in cash coming from the Yankees somewhat helps up, and now the Yankees are freeing up a lot of payroll so they can re-sign Brett Gardner or maybe a few other guys. But yeah, that does it for today's video. The Cactus League is saying, hey, please, for the love of God, do not start just yet. Please delay it. I don't think Robert Manfred is going to do it. Brad Hand signs a one-year deal with the Nationals. I'm going to go ahead and bless all of you Nationals fans, because it is going to be a roller coaster. And then Adam Ottavino is going to the Red Sox, as well as $850,000 in cash and a prospect in Frank Herman. So the Red Sox are pretty much just buying a prospect and Adam Ottavino, and the Yankees are getting cap space, or at least staying under the luxury tax. I just call it cap space because that's what it's treated as. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry if today's video was kind of all over the place. I've been very stressed over the last 48 hours, and it's gonna get better. Love you guys. Take care.